Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Immigration. Sorry you missed me last week. I did get to have a very nice Thanksgiving though, and so thank you for your patience waiting for a new episode of Let's Talk Immigration. Today I have a special treat. Many of you know that I have been co-counsel representing detainees that are Russian or from Russian-speaking countries who've been unfairly detained while seeking asylum. And I'm going to add now our special guest, Abadir Bare, who is my co-counsel on that and lead counsel for the two group lawsuits about that. Hi, Abadir.
Hi, Curtis. Good afternoon. How you doing?
Great. So I wanted to add Abadir because I'm getting a lot of people asking about this question about like, hey, I know someone who is Russian that's detained and they're being unfairly detained, an asylum seeker. And what can they do about it? So let me just leave that question to Abadir now.
Yeah, so that's what's been happening is that a lot of, not even just Russian, but post-Soviet countries, a lot of Russian-speaking asylum seekers coming across the border are automatically detained, and a lot of them are sent to Louisiana, specific detention centers, and their government is not granting their parole requests, which is in contravention of the 2009 parole directive. So what we found is that hundreds and hundreds of people were subjected to the same policy. So we put them all together. We filed a lawsuit. The first one was Sharikov v. Mayorkas, and that one was successful, which most of the plaintiffs were released. Unfortunately, a few of them had been ordered deported while the case was going on, so they weren't as eligible. But anybody else that was eligible was released. And we have a follow-up now called Tereshchenko versus Mayorkas with 150, but we're amending it. It's going to be about 250. We're still taking on plaintiffs, as you know. And the government, once we're filing suits and filing the preliminary injunction, we're finding that they are releasing folks because, as you know, from federal litigation, the government always likes to protect their policy. And in doing so, they'll give you the relief that you're seeking.
Right. And so, let's see here. If you're interested in participating in that lawsuit, this is your email address, right? On the bottom of the screen.
That's correct.
For some reason, it's under me. I could fix that, though. Let me see how I can fix that. Aha!
There you go.
So anyway, if you're interested in participating in that lawsuit, TikTok, hurry up because things are moving very fast in that litigation. Contact Abadir.
Yes. Yep. And it's anybody, like I said, who's Russian speaker. The ACLU believes that it expands beyond people who are from post-Soviet countries. Our suit is kind of focused on that. We're keeping it tight. But, you know, if there is folks out there that are finding that, I mean, the ACLU is telling people from Egypt and Jordan and some other countries. So if there's a group of them, Curtis and I would happily represent them as well.
Sounds great. Thank you for joining me. I know your food's ready. I'll let you go.
Thank you so much. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye. Okay. So if you're interested, if you're Russian detainee or family member of Russian detainee interested in that litigation, this is who you email. Abadir. Okay. So I had a few things to talk about today. One, Iranian fiancés, K-1 visas, and administrative processing. We have recently put together a group lawsuit that we are working on now that has about 15 plaintiffs that will be filed within the next 7-10 days, something like that. And in the process of doing that, I talked to a lot of people and I realized that there's actually demand for another small group lawsuit like that. So Farshad, Persian-speaking paralegal on our team, if you are interested in going on that wait list and being notified when we offer that opportunity, because it's going to be another group of 15, it's going to be $1,300 a pop. Every couple, $1,300 a couple to participate. Here, I can do another banner. Let me go do that. But who you would need to talk to go on that list is Farshad. And this is Farshad's email address. Not an attorney, but he's a paralegal that is very knowledgeable and helpful in onboarding group lawsuits. We're also doing small group lawsuits for Iranian students. We file about one of those every 7 days. We just filed one today. So the way we handle that, Isabella on my team keeps an interest list, and whenever we're getting ready to file the next group, the next 15 on the interest list with the oldest interview dates is the ones that she gives that opportunity to first, and then she goes down the list. So if you want to get on that interest list, get with me, get with Farshad. We'll put you on it, and then you'll hear from Isabella about onboarding, and then you'll be assigned to a paralegal to collect your evidence and questionnaire. That's our routine. That's our procedure. Okay, so we are also filing a lot of individual mandamus lawsuits right now for people that want, like, they realize the inauguration is coming in 50 or so days, 47 something. And they want to do everything they can before Trump puts in place an entry ban. So we are very busy with individual mandamus lawsuits. However, that's what we're built for, okay? We have a team of paralegals and attorneys, and we do this every day. So the fact that we have a little bit more volume doesn't mean we can't handle it, right? So we're still getting complaints filed within most times 14 days of when we're hired. I keep anticipating that that's going to go up, but our average is still around 14 days from when we're hired. So if you have any interest in any kind of mandamus litigation, you can always reach out to me. Let me see if I have any questions over here. Sergio says, hi. And then someone says, that's an odd photo. Oh, it's cows. And then Darwish says, hi, Curtis. Hi, Darwish. So thank you for the highs. And Wayori says, hi. Hi. Okay. Do I have any questions today? USCIS has a policy update. When you file an adjustment of status that requires a medical exam, in the old days, in the before times, it was optional whether or not you send the medical exam. Just recently, they've announced that you need to send that medical exam with your I-485. So I've told you about that update. What else is going on? Things are very crazy because of the Trump administration coming in. So on the student lawsuits I mentioned before, we're doing those for Iranians. I'm also putting together a group of Russian students too, because they're being impacted also. Seems like Biden administration has decided that Iranians and Russians need extra scrutiny. That's what he's doing these days. Primarily, people are impacted from all other countries. I get that. Okay, so it looks like there's no other questions here today. So I'm going to wrap up early and then see you all next week for Let's Talk Immigration next Wednesday. Or if you want to join Let's Tuesday with Farshad, Tuesday morning, we have a Farsi translated live, and then Abdullahi has one later that day in Somali language. So thank you all. I'm going to say bye now. Bye.